Shalom, everybody! Oh my God, did you miss me? Here I am, the great Rabbi Sol Solomon, founder and spiritual leader of Temple Sons of Bitches in Great Neck, New York. And you know that I love the theater. You know how much I enjoy talking about writers and directors and talking with them and actors and designers, because there's a certain joy that you get from putting on shows that is incomparable to anything else. Well, we have a person who does this. We have a person who has actually been doing this for many, many years. In fact, he was even the associate artistic director of an off-Broadway theater company called the Abingdon Theater for 16 years. Now he is directing a show at Urban Stages in New York on West 30th Street. It's called The Way We Get By. His name is Kim T. Sharp, and we are certainly sharply looking forward to talking with him. Kim, are you on the telephone with us?
Yes, I'm right here. How are you today?
I'm good, though. Shalom to you, shalom, and congratulations about this show that you are doing called The Way We Get By. Please tell everyone in the neighborhood what this play is about.
Yes, hi. Well, thank you for the opportunity to talk about this. I do want to clarify that from your introduction, that this show, as a director, is actually being performed at the Urban Stages Theater in Manhattan, not associated with the Abingdon for this particular production.
Sure.
The Way We Get By is by a noted playwright, Dave Lefkowitz, and is a really enjoyable comedy of two people who connect one night after a party, and we watch the aftermath of that, if you will, the follow-up later that night, and how they go about sorting out their relationship.
Now, Neil LaBute,
it's a wonderful play.
Now, LaBute is kind of known for plays that start as comedies, but they have a pretty dark undercurrent and can sometimes get pretty vicious. Or is this one lighter than that?
Yes, this is, you're quite right, that Mr. LaBute does often traffic in darker themes. But, and this one does, I can't give it away. There is a slight touch on that in this one. But overall, I really think it's really a wonderful romantic comedy, is the way I would call it. And, we don't have the darkness of some of his other work in this one particular piece.
Well, cool. Well, oh, good. Sounds like a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to a nice, light, romantic comedy. Everything has to be so fraught and political now and gender-based and this.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's nice.
Two wonderful actors.
Yeah.
They're just really they make a wonderful pairing on stage. We have, Francesca Rivera and Andre Valte are the two actors, and they're really fresh faces for the New York stage, and it's been a real joy working with them on this particular piece.
Now, Kim Sharp was on the phone with us. He is the director of the piece. He did make it very clear that this is not an Abingdon Theater production, but you are you still with Abingdon Theater? Are you no longer with them? What? Because you were with them for many years. Yeah.
Yes, actually, to get into the grant, I've actually went off on my freelance directing career about 3 years ago. So I did spend 16 seasons with the Abingdon, and I'm very happy with the work that I was able to do there. But I also wanted to pursue more directing opportunities, and so now I'm really a freelancer, if you will. And again, this play is taking place at a theater called Urban Stages there. I hope that's clear enough.
Yeah, no, it's very clear, but I want to get across, like, now that you've been away from sort of a home base for 3 years, is it easier, harder, different, having to get projects going? Yeah.
It's a big challenge. It's a totally different dynamic in terms of how you pursue your work and your activity. You don't have that constant, if you will, that consistency of showing up every day at the office, more or less, which is really wonderful to have a full job in the theater. But as a freelancer, you're going wherever the work takes you. And since leaving Abingdon, I've worked in probably over a dozen different theaters, both here and in Connecticut, a little bit in Jersey. I've been around, shall we say. And so it's a very different dynamic. It has taken some adjustment, but I'm enjoying it.
Now, do you feel more like a hired gun, or do you get to pick your projects?
You know, I really try to take on projects that I feel good about, shall we say, that I feel invested in, as opposed to, you know, you pay me and I'll do whatever you want.
That's my life. You pay me anything, I'll do anything. Yeah.
And I understand that, and it's not to say I'm always able to do it, but for most of my projects, I invest myself in them. And so, yes, money is certainly part of that calculation and taking on a project, but it's just as important to me that if I'm going to spend anywhere, 4 weeks in rehearsal, but maybe 2 or 3 months in preparation for something, that, you know, it's something that I really want to do and feel good about.
Do you have a particular kind of play that you especially enjoy, or that you do particularly well? I mean, you're doing a romantic comedy now, but what's biggest in your wheelhouse?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
What kind of
normally do or drawn to?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. What kind of plays are you most drawn to most of the time?
Okay, I do tend to be more toward the dramatic, on the dramatic side. I just recently, my last project that I finished directing, a piece by a new playwright called whose name is Will Snyder. It's called Death of a Driver, and it's set in Kenya, and it's where a white American woman comes to do economic development in that country, and the Kenyan taxi driver that she hired.
Did that just finish playing, or is that about to play now? Because that's recent.
No, that in actuality, this is its closing weekend. Again, at Urban Stages. And but with the play traces their relationship, not romantic, I should say quickly here. They work. She hired him to work with her in doing the economic project. In this case, building roads in Kenya. Kenya, they have less than 10% of their roads are actually paved. So there's great opportunity, and this play deals with one person that tries to go there and establish herself by building a road.
So
and some of the implications of that. So it's a drama. It's definitely a drama. The title tells you, Death of a Driver, that there are some high stakes involved in this play.
May not end well, let's say. But everybody, you've got to know that if you go to Urban Stages this weekend, you can see Kim T. Sharp directing
Death of a Driver.
Death of a Driver.
By Will Snyder.
Will Snyder.
If you go to the Urban Stages website, you can actually, purchase tickets and find out more information about that production. Now going back to the way we get by, if you're looking for more information about that, you would go to brownpapertickets.com.
That's brownpapertickets.com. And I know from brown paper with my intestinal problems, but it's brownpapertickets.com. And that show doesn't start until March 31st, and it runs through April 14th at Urban Stages.
Through the 14th of April.
Right. At Urban Stages. Yes.
Yeah, so we open a week from tomorrow on the 31st. And then we have performances every day of the week except on Tuesdays and Mondays. But again, you can get the details right there on brownpapertickets.com.
Now, we're talking with Kim Sharp, who has been in the game for a while. Did you have because you're not a spring chicken, you're probably my age or a little older, at least it seems from the photos. So how did you get into theater in the first place? Did you have a day job for a decade or two or three?
No. I actually feel I'm a late bloomer. I actually came to theater when I was a junior in college. That's the first time that I actually got behind the scenes of doing theater. And that was just outside, well, it was at Chicago, University of Illinois in Chicago. And what I got snake bit is the way I term it with theater. And so once I had found theater, that's the only thing I ever wanted to do. So it's been, it's been a while that I've been doing this. I actually came to the city to work on new plays in 1985. So I've been going at it for quite a while. So I was a freelancer before Abingdon, then had those 16 seasons with Abingdon, and now the 3 after it.
Okay. So
it's been a journey.
What was the first play that you directed when you came to New York? And by the way, I want to also... I want to tell people, if you're hearing a lot of background noise, Kim is calling us from a train.
Sorry, I'm on a train doing a workshop up in Connecticut today.
Ooh, very nice, very Tony, sort of. Maybe you want to Tony someday.
Time.
But what was the first play you directed in New York?
The first play I did in New York was, it was called Behind the Wall. It was done at a theater that is no longer in the city, called Open Eye Two Stages Theater.
Oh, the Open Eye, right? Okay.
Yeah, it was up on the Upper West Side.
Yeah.
It was there for several years under Amy Brockway. And this was a play talking about drama. Was about a young girl trying to reconnect with her father, who had died in the Vietnam War. And she goes to visit the wall in Washington, D.C., the Vietnam War Memorial Wall. And she is successful. She heard the spirit of her father come to her as she visited the wall. So, talk about drama. There you go, right from the start.
And the interesting thing is that, they built this Vietnam Wall. It has not kept out any Vietnamese immigrants. I just don't understand the purpose of that.
Sorry, one more time?
No, I'm joking. I'm making a little comedy for my audience here.
Yeah, that's true. I hear that. Yeah, we were quite open about that.
Well, also, let me ask you, I know you've moved on from the Abingdon Theater, but you were there for a decade and a half. I want to hear so you came there as a literary manager?
Yeah, I was the associate artistic director and literary manager. Abingdon Theater was, at that time, had what we call an open submission policy.
Wow.
And so that we got in scripts, we accepted scripts from anybody, if you will. And so we would get in anywhere from 400 to 500 scripts a season. And as literary manager, I would be responsible for reviewing, evaluating those scripts and proposing scripts for our artistic director to focus on.
Now, let me ask you, out of those hundreds of scripts that you would have to read every year, hundreds of scripts, how many did you stop at page 10?
Yes, there was a process. Committing themselves to doing new work, I supervised interns who did the initial reading of scripts. So we actually did read from cover to cover all scripts that we received each year. I then sat down with the people that actually read the script, read their evaluation, talked with them about the script, make sure I got all the good work, the nuance of the script, and then made a decision as to which script I would actually read, and then make a further evaluation. So I didn't do cover to cover, but all those scripts were actually read.
Covered by I think it's really funny that you've got these organizations that are going to throw all these resources and all this, even off Broadway, there's money involved to put these things on. But the first line of defense is like an 18-year-old junior in college who's making decisions about something that you're going to throw $50,000 at or not, or will never get on.
Exactly. And the Abingdon did just that. They were true to their word. I mean, there were, admittedly, some scripts that, there were prior connections with, but the majority of the scripts that were produced at Abingdon were from the open submission policies for many seasons. And it's exactly what you're saying. It's a big commitment for any theater, but a smaller nonprofit theater to say, yep, we're going to do this is going to be one of our 3 or 4 offerings in the course of the season. So it's a big decision.
Now, can I ask, over those years, did any of either the actors or the playwrights or directors that you sort of nurtured and found, do we now know their names later, almost as household names? Did any become famous?
One, let's see.
I've never heard of Boo 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 Boo.
I'm trying to think. Certainly actors, because Abingdon was devoted to new plays, we attracted a number of actors who were more interested in the work than the money, because there wasn't much money available. And so I would say one, if you follow theater, I would give you the name of, for instance, Reed Birney.
Oh my gosh!
Got a Tony for The Human.
Yes.
He was in a production at Abingdon in, for instance, 2005. And we tend to credit ourselves with reviving his career because he really got very busy after that production, whether because of it or otherwise. But there's somebody that is very notable within the theater.
And do you feel like you've discovered any playwrights who have gone on, if not to fame, but to certain longevity, or they have careers in Hollywood now?
That it actually, and thank you for the question. I wish I could grab the name, but we did have a couple of playwrights that we worked with who are actually established in the television community that write for television, and so.
So they make more money than either of us ever will.
In other words, they didn't make a big name in theater, but they did, through their own resources, have made a very comfortable living working as writers in television.
Very nice. Very nice. Now, let me ask you, Kim T. Sharp, what is your favorite play of all time?
I'm sorry.
I'll ask you again.
Hold on a second. We're going over a bridge here. That might be part of the problem.
Well, while you're going over the bridge, let me remind people.
Now I'm back.
Okay. Well, actually, while you're going under or over a bridge, let me remind people that you can see Death of a Driver at Urban Stages through this weekend, directed by Kim T. Sharp, or you can see the other play, The Way We Get By, starting March 31st and running through the middle of April, also at Urban Stages on West 30th Street. But Kim...
Also at Urban Stages.
Urban Stages. But the question I have for you is, what is your favorite play of all time?
Golly. The classical, the more widely known classical play, I would say, is a piece called Galileo by the German playwright Bertolt Brecht.
Huh.
I have a very fond memory of the production that I put together for that. So that would be perhaps something that the wider audience might connect to. But it is the story of the astronomer Galileo and his scientific pursuit and the conflict he got into with the Catholic Church at that time.
Oh, somebody on Facebook just gave you a thumbs up for the Brecht play Galileo. Maybe as people like Queen, Galileo. Anywho, let me also ask you, when you got first bit by that theater bug, apologies for the grammar, what are one of the 2 shows that you remember seeing as either a child or when you were a junior in college? What show just made you go, whoa?
Well, again, I returned to one of my first productions I was involved with, was a piece called the Resistible Rise of Arturo Louis.
Oh my God, they just revived that last year. Yeah.
Yeah, which by Bert Holzbrecht, which was just revived this season by the Classic Stage Company. But that was a very rich experience for me as an actor and working on that production. The director put in a number of Cole Porter review numbers, made it not quite a musical, but with Cole Porter tunes along with the action. And it's really one of the things that has always stuck with me and really gave me, shall we say, showed me the power of theater and how it could affect people.
Well, I have one last question for Kim Sharp, the director of these two plays that we've been talking about. So since your mind is on, and we're definitely pushing The Way We Get By at Urban Stages.
Right.
This
Absolutely.
is a play that has been done before. It's an older Neil LaBute play. What are you bringing to it, do you think, as a director, that that is special to the script? The script is the script. Yeah. What are you doing to it?
What I'd like to think is that I'm presenting it as with as much entertainment as I feel there is in the script. The script was originally done the first time in about 2014 or 2015 at the Second Stage Theater Company there. When I did not see that production, I missed it, so I don't have that to compare to. But what I'm bringing to it is in a two-hander. That means just two actors on stage. It really is nurturing those performances so that they are taking advantage and exploiting, if you will, all the richness of the script. It's terribly well written. And I mean that in a positive way when I say terribly. It's very well written. And these two actors are just having a wonderful time and connecting with the material richly. So I don't feel I'm doing anything to it. I feel I'm connecting these actors with a very strong script, and I think the results are just going to be fabulous.
Well, if you at home want to connect with The Way We Get By, get your tickets. Remember, it's running from March 31st to April 14th at Urban Stages on West 30th Street. What's the website again?
At West 259 West 30th Street. And information at Brown Paper Tickets, that's all together as one word, .com. brownpapertickets.com.
Well, we're certainly glad that you, Kim Sharp, had a train ticket today, but were able to still call us in the neighborhood, tell us about your work, tell us about your love of the theater, and we want to wish you much success with this play. Do you have another project lined up after this one?
No, in the freelance life, I'm always looking for that next project, so we'll see what comes up, okay?
Well,
Thank you. It's been great to talk to you today. I'm just about to arrive in New Haven.
Perfect timing.
Perfect.
So great. It's lovely to talk to you, and shalom to you.
Shalom to you too, sir.
Bye-bye. Kim T. Sharp here in the neighborhood on the Dave Scott My Facebookio, Programmio, Podcastio of the stream. Go to brownpapertickets.com to find out more about The Way We Get By. And also, hey, look, you've got a couple of chances this weekend to see Death of a Driver at the same theater, directed by the same guy. Thank you, Kim T. Sharp. Thank you. And happy post-Purim to all of you from all of me. And now, here comes Dave.